The MD50 should have control requirements wherever applicable. So the control requirements include security, auditing and logging, access control matrix, data privacy requirements. MD50 should also include any training requirements. MD50 should include requirements for invoking or triggering the solution components. That is, it should indicate whether the solution component will be triggered manually, automatic, or by schedule, and whether and the frequency of triggering and the method of triggering, whether it will be batch or event based, and any job schedule and any job scheduling requirements. So MD50 should also include performance requirements, data conversion requirements if applicable, key prerequisites, dependencies and assumptions. MD50 should also include a test plan providing instructions on the approach to testing, which includes but not limited to the test requirement, procedures for unit testing, verification of test results, and documentation of test material and results. If no unique or specific information is provided, the functionality will be tested using process defined in the SOP for application development procedure. Coming to the process for application design. So far we saw process for application requirements. Now we will see process for application design. So this is the technical design phase. So wherein the MD70 or the technical design document is prepared. So the inputs to this process are project definition document for projects and enhancement request if it's a non-project. So the MD70 or a technical design document should include the following points: technical overview including architecture, pseudocode, integration details if applicable, database design, security control design, scheduling or triggering, installation requirements, implementation notes, open and closed issues, system component or object listing, housekeeping approach, startup or shutdown procedure if applicable. So now we come to the application development procedure. To start the development process, the inputs are the MD50 should be completed with all the requirements and solution design. The MD70 should be completed with the technical design, and then development guidelines should be available wherever applicable. Then to start the development, we need setting up the access to various environments and then the development components. As part of development process comes the unit testing, so for which a unit test document has to be prepared. The unit test scenarios are described in the unit test plan document. The test plan provides specific and detailed instructions on the approach to testing, which includes but not limited to test requirements, test plans, procedures for unit testing, verification of test results, and documentation of test material and results. The unit test plan document should include the following: application name, module name, technical analyst's name, tester's name, description of test case, test data used, expected and actual result, error encountered if any, location of source code in the version control software if applicable. So the development process is prepare development environment, execute unit test cases, create or update user manual. Coming to the application testing procedure. So once the application development procedure is finished, then comes application testing procedure. The inputs to this procedure are approved and completed MD50, approved and completed MD70, and user manual if applicable. Now in application testing procedure, system integration testing is one part which may or may not be applicable for all projects. So for system integration testing, you have to develop a SIT test plan. So that should include application name, module name, developer's name, tester's name, description of the test case, integration points, integration protocol, integration messaging, capacity and perform scenarios if any. Should also include security and control scenarios, including not limited to access controls, validation checks, application controls, tolerance checks. That is, test data used, expected and actual results, error encountered if any. Execute the SIT and input test results and sign off SIT. Then comes the UAT or user acceptance testing after SIT sign off. So for this phase to execute properly, prerequisite is a UAT plan has to be created. And the UAT plan should include the following wherever they are applicable: application name, module name, developer's name, tester's name, description of test case, business scenarios, exception scenarios, test methods, test data used, expected and actual results, error encountered if any. So as part of user acceptance testing, users are expected to execute the UAT and input the test results and sign off UAT for release to production. Performance test may be included if applicable, for which we have to create performance test plan. This plan should include the following where applicable: application name, module name, developer's name, tester's name, description of test case, capacity and performance scenarios, including but not limited to capacity, the maximum number of objects the application or database can handle, latency, the average and maximum time to complete a system operation, response time, the average and maximum application response times, throughput, the maximum transaction rates that the application can handle. Capacity performance test plan should also include the test data used, expected and actual results, error encountered if any. Then we are expected to execute the performance testing and we have to get the sign off from performance testing. So as part of application testing procedure, data conversion verification has to be completed if it is applicable. You need to update the user manual if it is required, create or update any other documents like training documents, any other supporting documents which are required. Now coming to application implementation procedure. So to implement the project or the change request, these are the steps to be followed. So the inputs to this is you need to have an approved MD50, approved MD70, approved SIT test results if applicable, approved UAT test results, which includes any positive, negative, failure, restart, recovery, regression, security or responsibility, and applicable data conversion test cases with documented exceptions or workarounds. Approved performance results if applicable, approved migration document including backward procedure where applicable, approved operations or support document, approved user manual, list of change requests, approved data privacy masking requirements, approved hypercare or support plan after go live, approved disaster recovery document. From point 8 to point 12, wherever it is applicable, those points have to be checked. So when a production system is first implemented or a major upgrade is performed, the following approved elements must also be provided by the IT project manager. That is a procedure for maintaining the source code system, procedure for migration, procedure for disaster recovery if applicable. The second step in implementation procedure is review. So first we saw the inputs, now we see the review part. So the test results and the issue status has to be reviewed. Then the production system preparation and system security verification has to be done. The production system should be prepared to migrate the change request or the project. Program migration. Program migration ensures that the unit testing is completed and the promotion of source code is done to SIT if required. If required, the SIT is completed, and then from there the source code is promoted to UAT and complete of UAT and promote of source code or binaries for production. Then the migration form approval or rejection takes place. So the fifth point in application implementation procedure is data conversion wherever applicable, client system readiness wherever applicable for server client based system, end user training and handover. In application implementation procedure, the ninth point is go live or cutover, that is define a go live plan and a cutover plan. The 10th point is parallel and pilot run activities where applicable. Verify that the data is accurate if data migration is applicable. This is done by running the critical reports or output as identified by users and comparing the data with the old system. All critical and major issues raised during the parallel run are resolved. The system performance is within the acceptable level as defined in the requirement specification. Live system and closing project define go live plan. The 12th point is the post implementation review. With this, we come to the end of this SDLC life cycle. Thank you.